YouTube? I'm back. So this was a really good One Piece episode, man. Especially at the end, the revelation that we got was something else. So let's get right to it. At the beginning of the episode, we saw this lady teach kids about the history of Wano, and obviously because Wano right now is governed by kind of a dictator, Orochi, the history of Wano has been lost. You know, the kids don't actually know what happened 20 years ago. They're telling the kids whatever they want them to learn, you know. So that happens in real life too, you know, in countries that has dictators, like in the 1940s with Hitler and Germany, you know. He wanted to do what he wanted to do, you know. So there's a lot of things that some of these countries don't really know about their history because they're governed by a dictator. So that's kind of the same things that is happening right now in Wano, and I'm glad that they showed that because sometimes we don't really know. At the end of the last episode, Law was talking to Luffy about the ghost of the Oden Castle, and we really didn't know what he was talking about till the end of this week's episode, you know. So that was kind of cool to learn. But we saw the graves, we saw the tombstone. The names that were on them was Kinemon, Momonosuke, Raizo, Kanjo, all of them, you know. So we didn't really know why their names were on it because we've seen them in Zou, in the island Zou, and we've seen them in this week's episode. So really didn't know why some of their names were on there because they're for us they're alive right now, you know. So that was kind of trippy at the beginning. We're gonna talk about this at the end of this review because it was a big revelation, you know, so I want to keep the best for last. But yeah, man, we saw Kinemon in this week's episode, we saw Momonosuke, we didn't see Raizo or Kenjiro, so that was kind of weird. I don't know where they are right now, but it was pretty cool to see them for the first time since probably Zou, you know. So yeah, it was kind of cool. And Okiku actually knows Kinemon, you know. So now I can finally say that I trust her because I didn't trust her for since we've encountered her for the first time, you know. But she actually knows Kinemon and Momonosuke, and she's actually really a samurai, you know. So I actually trust her right now, and it seems like maybe she's in love with Kinemon. I don't know. There was some romantic vibes when they were around each other, you know. But yeah, man, Kinemon basically said to Okiku that Law and Luffy were there to help Wano, so that was pretty cool, you know. We've had this alliance since Zou with the Minks, you know, the Minks, the Straw Hats, Lost Pirates, and the Samurai. So we'll finally see this alliance together for the first time on Wano, so I can't wait for all of that. We saw the rest of the Straw Hats that was with Luffy on Whole Cake Island arrive at the Oden Castle. You know, Nami, Brook, Chopper, Sanji, and I think it was Carrot. I don't remember exactly, but they were all there in Oden Castle right now. That we're only missing Zou because he's fighting a tiger. We're missing Robin. We're missing Frankie and Usopp. I think I've said everyone, but yeah, man, we're missing a few members, but you know, that's the most that we've seen them together in a while, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, man, there was a big revelation at the end of the episode because like I said, we didn't really know why the names of Kinemon, Momonosuke, and those guys was on these graves, but it was revealed at the end of the episode that Kinemon, Momonosuke, Okiku, Raizo, and Kanjuro were from the past, so 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, like we've learned, is when Orochi and Kaido invaded Wano and killed Momonosuke's father. So that is really interesting. So these guys are from the past. So the graves that we've been seeing in the last two episodes are actually them, but from the present. So in the present, they're actually dead. So that's kind of crazy. The whole Kozuki clan is dead. The samurais are dead. So that's crazy, man. But yeah, Okiku, Kanjuro, Kinemon, Momonosuke, and Raizo are from the past. That's crazy. I don't know how they went from the past to the future. There's a lot of things that we don't know in One Piece so far, you know, because there's a lot of punning game that Robin hasn't deciphered yet. But I'm just wondering how the hell did they go to the future? You know, there's probably a time machine, but how? That's crazy, man. That's one of the craziest thing in One Piece so far. So I can't wait to know what's going on with all of that. I I, I think that they probably went to the future to help Wano because they knew that they were going to die in the past. I don't know exactly why didn't they go to the past and defeat Kaido and Orochi before they invaded Wano, you know? So that's my question. Why go to the future? I don't know exactly why. And I'm wondering after this arc, are they going to go to the past, go back to the past, or stay in the present right now? You know, that's my question for you guys. But yeah, man, it was a big ass revelation that they're from the past, and that actually makes sense because in some discussions that we've had with these guys in Zou, there was some things that I didn't really understand, you know, because Momonosuke was talking about things that happened 20 years ago with Roger, you know, so he's a kid right now, so that didn't make sense that he remembered all of that. But now that we know that he's from the past, we understand why he was able to have discussion with Roger, so that makes a lot of sense. We know that Momonosuke's father, Kozuki Oden, was friend with the king of the pirates, Roger, and even Whitebeard revered Oden, you know, so he was probably really, really strong. So I'm wondering how the hell did he lose his life? We know that Kaido is one of the strongest pirates in the world, so that's probably why. But yeah, man, it seems like in next week's episode we'll see some flashback about Oda and Kozuki, Momonosuke's father, so that's gonna be interesting, man. This was probably my favorite episode of the Wano arc so far. It was so good, man. The revelation was just amazing. But let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next. I do One Piece reviews every Saturday, so subscribe for that. But I also do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, Dr. Stone reviews on Fridays, and then I do Boku no Hero Academia season 4, Sword Art Online, Alicization, War of Underworld, and One Piece reviews on Saturdays. And then on Sundays I do Boruto Naruto Next Generation reviews, so stay tuned for all of that. But yeah, man, that's all for this week's review. Follow me at Anime Specialist on Twitter and Instagram, and like, comment, subscribe, and it would help my channel a lot, man. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.